to buy your product or your service. But what's more important for you is to know who you need to convince, who you need to approach, who you need to communicate. So that's what AI can help you with if you know how to use it. Now, there's something called predictive analytics, which I like to consider as a subset of the AI umbrella, if we can call it an umbrella. And these allow you as marketers to identify the best target group. It's a fast-paced process. It's very accurate, and it helps you identify new segments that are characterized by similar attributes, and helps you categorize them, box them. This is a word that I hear from many of my marketing friends. So you get to box that segment and proceed with your marketing goals. This is a way for you to create a unique personal brand for your product, for your service, for your organization, and for yourselves as individuals as well. Now, how does this look like in practice? I'm going to give you an example. Travel clothing retailer divides its customers into different types of holiday segments. So you have, for example, the segment that loves camping. You know, let's go to the outskirts of Riyadh for a camping trip. And hiking. Let's go to the southwest of Saudi Arabia and go hiking and hike in the mountains. Let's use AI segmentation to identify these customers and other potential customers. And Saudi Arabia is doing this with its tourism drive. Now, you could also look at luxe campers, travelers, 7-star holidays. So in this context, the information that AI provides will turn out to be much more accurate, and the relationships that you establish with the customers are more durable, because now you have data which will help you build on the relationship and to enhance the nature of the services that you're providing, and to also keep tabs on developments. So one of the main things about AI is, main attributes is that AI helps you keep up with the times. So it can also help you determine actions that clients from individual segments can take after they receive the message that's been intended for them. So for an example, after you send an email, which I'm sure you do on a regular basis to various stakeholders, AI can help you determine whether the recipient of that email will open it or not. Will they read it carefully? Will the recipient decide to purchase a product from the brand that was mentioned in the email? Will the client continue with the subscription if you're offering a subscription, or decide to cancel it? Establishing relationships with customers on their terms. Detailed segmentation of the target group is a good start, but you will also need to communicate the right messages through the right channels, so AI can help filter unnecessary communication, unnecessary information that's being shared. You can use email, mobile devices, desktops, laptops, as well as social media. It can also help you perfect messages and determine their quantity and choose the relevant most efficient channel to maintain the right level of customer engagement. So, examples of how AI can help you reach your customers where they are is to verify to who, when, and through what channels you send messages. Consider AI as a guide for you. Use your preference centers and AI to gather information about customer preferences related to frequency, channels, and time of sending messages. Use surveys, multiple choice tests to measure the effectiveness of AI optimized campaigns compared to previous results. Now, I want the audience to bear in mind that this description of the benefits of AI and how you can use it as a tool will lead us to consider risks and legal and ethical implications, because it's not all rosy, and this is something that you more than others need to understand. The use of AI to provide each segment of a target group with tailored content depending on their needs, not on your needs as marketers. So the idea is that AI also helps you understand the other party, your customers, your target. So once you've identified the correct target audience and when and where you can reach it based on their terms, of course, now you look at content. You need to give them what they need, not what you think they need. So previously you could have used content with special offers or other creative elements that changed depending on specific attributes that were usually set by you. This approach was described as the use of dynamic content. It's a good solution. It worked. It still does, but it's time consuming and you have other things to do. So AI can change this approach. For companies that offer thousands of products and that have hundreds of thousands of customers, AI can help determine a number of product recommendations that are tailored to the expectations of each segment of the target group. So when you're talking about personalized content, bear in mind that AI can help you create different offers for each segment of your target audience, use multiple tags or metadata to identify the groups for which individual offers should be intended, inserting dynamic fields in your content, and using automated AI-based recommending engines and machine learning processes. Now, I'm sure that you've all touched on these aspects to a certain degree in your work, and that type of engagement will only increase now. Now, this is the tricky part. With any technology that is rolled out is coupled with risks and concerns, and AI is included. So it poses legal and ethical concerns. So while it increases the speed of your work and helps you strategize, there are some controversies, both legally and ethically. One of the problems is when it comes to AI, it's not human. So it's very hard for it, it's impossible, up until now at least, for it to filter out biases and prejudices. So this is a risk in today's market, and especially in your case where a brand's social reputation is very, very important. So you cannot cancel out the human element. Marketing tools that use AI for gathering personal data are also being scrutinized under legal norms because of data privacy issues. And AI is not programmed to ask for permission when collecting data. So a lot of times AI tools tend to lose track when it comes to adhering to privacy policies. Now, while Google and other search engines have strongly stated that they prioritize high quality content, there are still some question marks because most content writers now use AI. Everyone does it to draft content for their websites, which is very nice on paper, but the algorithms sometimes think otherwise, leading to lower content for these marketing tools. So you still need human intervention. So thankfully your jobs are secured for at least the imminent future. It's very promising, but everything needs to be cross-checked and filtered by the human eye. So that's a word of advice for you all. AI cannot fulfill its role without the human element, and in the end, AI cannot evolve on its own, and that reaffirms the need for human intervention. An example is ChatGPT, where many of its responses lack authenticity. Another similar problem is that AI-powered videos and contents. We all see it on all see these videos on social media. Up until now, I think it's very easy to be able to decipher which content is AI driven. We see a lot of celebrities, sometimes politicians, saying things that common sense tells you aren't accurate, things that they would never say, and we end up realizing that AI played a role. So it's not 100% accurate, it's still not genuine, and the human eye has the ability to identify these mistakes. You also have a concept that no one really likes to chat with robots. Chatbots, while they serve a purpose to a certain degree, they can deal with basic queries. It's still very, very difficult for them to have a deep, thorough, detailed, genuine conversation with them. And in the end, you find many customers just trying to find a person to answer their queries. And they're really just programmed assistants, so the limitations come to the surface very quickly as soon as you get into more detail. Marketers, accuracy is the name of the game, and while it provides, as a technology, AI provides many comprehensive answers, efficiency comes into question. AI still isn't properly equipped to conduct data analysis and research, meaning that it needs to be fed updated information by programmers, by humans, again and again. I'm emphasizing the fact that you have a very, very sensitive and critical role to play when it comes to using the technology. The technology does not own you, it's vice versa. Always remember that when you feel that it's making life easier for you, remind yourself of these limitations, of these gaps. Unfortunately, this is something we're seeing. Industries are getting too reliant on it. It's making life easier for me. Why do I need to focus? And over dependence can really cripple your marketing function. So make sure that you manage the technology. And it could also lead to people losing their creative and strategic approach, which is one of the crucial skills in marketing. And it also tends to limit team interactions because you have a bot, you have a tool that's just doing everything for you. So don't allow it to cut off the communication flow between you, your stakeholders internally within your organization and outside. Don't let it affect key values such as teamwork, competence, and other marketing tactics that are used by you. Risk mitigation. Well, you need to, first of all, take into consideration customers' data privacy and inform them how you're using AI and to what extent. Give them that peace of mind. Get it written on paper. Protect yourselves and your organizations from potential liability. Transparency is very important when you're using AI, and you're only going to get credit from your customers who will respect the fact that you were confident enough to acknowledge where, how, and when you use AI technology when interacting with them. Put yourselves in their position. How would you feel if a company that was marketing a service or product was very transparent and said, by the way, we're using AI for ABC? Don't allow it to take your brand's creativity, and know when to put the use of this technology on hold. Continue with your brainstorming sessions. No AI machine can ever possess the ability to be as creative as the human mind. As much as we'd like to think that there is something more creative than the human mind, that hasn't happened yet, and it may never happen. Now, you need to, first of all, identify what specific dangers present themselves, predict which areas may be problematic. For example, depending on AI-generated content will bring about a stagnation in your published content due to its inability to produce variations in the narrative. AI still isn't creative enough to vary content. The Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority, ironically, they're having some workshops in the rooms nearby. I noticed them. Now, in September 2023, they published the AI ethics principles, and these have the intention to support the kingdom's efforts towards achieving its vision and national strategies related to adopting technology. And these AI principles shall apply to all stakeholders in the AI ecosystem who are involved in designing, developing, deploying, implementing, using, or are affected by AI systems within the kingdom. So these will apply to you. If you have business in the kingdom, these principles will apply to you. It's important to have an idea. Now, there is a significant step to ensuring responsible use, deployment of the technology. And I want you to try as much as possible to relate to these 7 principles in your day-to-day work. So we'll start off with fairness. This principle requires actions to eliminate bias, discrimination, and when designing AI systems, it's essential to ensure fair and objective standards that are inclusive, diverse, and representative of all targeted segments of society. So fairness, when you're using your technology, AI technology, ask yourself, are we coming up with fair solutions? Privacy and security. This represents values that AI systems are required to have. AI systems have to be built in a safe way that respects the privacy of the data and upholds the highest level of data security. So privacy and security, not just for your customers, for yourselves, for your organizations as well. Humanity. The humanity principle highlights that AI systems should be built using an ethical methodology to be just and ethically permissible. Social and environmental benefits. This principle embraces the beneficial and possible positive impact of social and environmental priorities that should benefit individuals and the broader community, focusing on sustainable goals and objectives. Now, these are overarching principles, and the scope is very wide, and that allows you to be creative when assessing where your work or your use of AI technology fits. Reliability and safety. This adheres to the set specifications that AI system behaves exactly as its designers intended and anticipated. So, example, autonomous vehicles can threaten people's lives if living organisms are not adequately recognized and specific scenarios are not trained, or if the system malfunctions. So make sure that your use of the technology leads to safe activities. And you also have transparency and explainability. This is crucial for building trust. People still don't trust AI to the degree that we'd like to, and justifiably so. There are concerns. So AI must be built with a high level of clarity, explainability, and features that track the automated decision-making process. So, for example, the AI system should be designed to include an information section in the platform to give an overview of the AI model decisions as part of the overall transparency application of the technology. So you have to be able to explain what you're doing with the technology and how you're achieving your goals through it. Explain it to yourselves, to your organizations, to your customers, and also to a regulator if you get approached. And then we have accountability and responsibility. It's very closely related to the fairness principle, and it holds designers, vendors, procurers, developers, owners, and assessors of AI systems and the technology itself ethically responsible and liable for the decisions and actions that may result in potential risk and adverse effects on individuals and communities. So entities shall be responsible for ensuring that their AI documents are published in compliance with the AI ethics principles, and the authority Sadaya may measure their level of commitment, supporting them in evaluating their AI systems and making recommendations on how to improve their compliance. So you have a role. It's very daunting, but it's interesting. I think it's a lot of fun to learn this. Try to think outside of the box. Please go online, take a look at these 7 principles, and just ask yourselves be very candid with yourselves. Where does our use of AI technology fit in with these 7 principles? I want to thank you very much. I hope you liked the session, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask now or later. Thank you.